Hello viewers and greetings fellow space travelers, this is Thorn of Night and welcome to episode 1 of my new series for the game called Planet Explorers by Pathea. The game is currently in alpha 0.8 right now, and it is being produced very often, very rapidly with lots of updates. There's lots of stuff going on. And real quick, what the game is about is it's a role-playing game slash voxel builder slash 4X game slash I don't know, a tower defense, a whole bunch of stuff going on. It's chock full of awesome and wonderfulness, and it is a splendid game where there's just tons of stuff to do. Real quick here, what the menu system is, obviously quits. The board here opens up the web page for the Planet Explorers forums. Lots of stuff to see and do there. Others currently does nothing. There are some options, graphics, sound control. You can rebind your keys and some other miscellaneous stuff, including some camera things. There are options for your resolution and some other stuff in the preloader for the game, but I couldn't get that recorded. It's a separate window that is kind of weird, but if you have the game, you'll see what I'm talking about. But there are options for changing the resolution and whatnot. Then there is this Create tab here, which is basically a built-in CAD system, and there's lots of stuff that you can do and build in this game. Let's see here. For instance, I have made a bare minimal vehicle, which is useful for completing one of the quests that you will get eventually, and I will probably go ahead and upload the ISO to the forums so you can have this. It is pretty much the minimum requirements for what you need to do that quest, but there's lots of stuff that you can create and build, different sizes and different types of things, items that you can carry, vehicles, buildings, whatever. So there's tons of stuff that you can actually design and share the ISO file with the community at large. Speaking of community at large, there is a quite sizable multiplayer community out there. Lots of worlds to join, and you can host your own and all that. You need to know a little bit about port forwarding maybe, but that's just about it. And then there's the single player option, where you have obviously the ability to load previously saved games, so that's nice. You can go into a build environment where you start off basically making a new character here, and build it's basically creative mode. Then there is, let's see here, the adventure mode, which is sort of halfway between the story and the build. Lots of resources available, lots of options, but it's still constrained to you having to get the resources yourself. Same thing, you click on that, you start a character creation thing, you go into a new world, and then these two are procedurally generated. And then finally there is story, which is what I'm going to be doing here. So let's go ahead and make... Oh, it's already set up right. Oh, I should mention, you are playing the role of a human, and the premise is you have gone to a far-off planet, and you are going to have to figure out how to survive and get everything to work correctly, and all the people to work together and everything, do some quests and whatnot. But you are on an alien world, and there's lots of alien stuff to contend with. So, since it seems to remember my last setting that I had, I'm going to go ahead and make the character here, and let's get started with, hopefully everything will work right. Well, I guess I could show you there are options for making the faces and the eye color with the face option, hairstyles with the hair color, body. You can actually change the color of your skin, which that would be hilarious to have a blue human. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. There is a brief little intro video here.
A long time coming. As the first humans to ever venture out this far into the frontier.
Which I will just go ahead and skip. If you want to watch the video, you can watch it on your own with your own game, but I'm not going to waste your time with watching the little intro video there. Basically, it leads up to ship being obliterated by something coming at it and lots of lifeboats being jettisoned, and you end up with a cutscene landing you here on the coast. So, what do we have to do? First off,
you're awake.
The
way we crashed, I thought we were both goners. Never trust machinery made on Earth. Hey.
All right. There's some information
I checked
here.
the locator. We should be somewhere on the southern hemisphere. Oh, probably the Galileo continent. Here's a map. Huh? Not what we were expecting, huh? Our first day on Maria, I think we hit something really hard coming down. Strange, though, since our radar system should have discovered any space fragment and avoided it. I wonder if my brother is all right. Yes?
All right. I'll skip this, but basically, most of the NPCs have some sort of interaction that you can have dialogues or get quests from, or you can even get stuff from the shop. A lot of them act as vendors, but let's go ahead. This purple thing here lets me know that there's a quest involved with this dialogue option, so let's do this, and I will go ahead and skip the reading of it. A little information about how to work here. Close that out, and then you can use your resources and inventory to get different items and such. Real quick, I am going to demonstrate this. Let's go ahead and move this down to the hotbar. Move this down to the hotbar. And that's good enough. And then finally, move this guy down. This, you start off with a knife. Counts as an axe and a melee weapon. It is really crummy. There are lots of upgrades that you can get for it. But I have a quest where I have to find an emergency kit for Gertie. And this quest box... Hold on. Excuse me. Sorry about that. This quest box can be moved around. But let's see if we can figure out where the emergency kit is. As we get close to it, it should... Oh, there it is. I ran right past it. Ta-da! Items and loot. And it lets you know that you have completed the quest. Now, some of the quests are a little squirrely. I will say squirrely. But let's go ahead and turn this in. Get the herbal...
What is it now?
Juice and give it to her. Oh, I first have to make the herbal juice. I totally skipped something. Oh. The quest, by default, the Q key brings up what all of your quests are and what the goals are for it, and explains a little bit. Some of the information is a little squirrely, though. They are still working on putting the game together, so there's some missing information real quick. You can zoom in and out with your camera. This is as far as you can zoom in. There is no actual first person. But what I need to do is get some herbal juice. So, these little things here, these things with that little icon that you can see in the bottom left, signify that you can learn how to make them. So I'm going to go ahead and learn this, and Apparently that wasn't the shuffle, I wasn't paying attention. Also, information about your inventory here. Might as well cover this while I have it open. You can reorganize the things that you have in it. You can split stacks of things. You can just outright delete some items, although that's not really all that wise. There are 3 tabs: items, equipment, and resources. You will be getting things for all of them eventually. And you can, at least for right now, carry 5 pages worth of stuff. And that takes a long time to fill up. But by default, if you hit the Y key, you get this replicator, and it tells you all the different things that you know how to make. This is your crafting system, and you can divide everything up into little subcategories if you want, or all. There's also an option for searching. Obviously, I only have 6 things, but if I type in herb, say, for instance, and then open a like the all or any of the tabs, it will bring up all the things that have herb as part of the name. And it doesn't just have to be that. I can do that, do a search that way, click on all. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, because it deletes the space. Never mind. I had not tried that before. Anyway, let's refresh it. I have several different recipes for making the herbal juice. I can use jade potatoes, some different things there. These are some items that you can find in another biome, and I am currently in a grassland, so these guys are abundant. So I need shadeweed. Let's see here. I need tulips. Now to gather items like these, you just walk up to it and right click, and you can see that it just automatically grabs them. So that was a tulip. This is a shadeweed. I believe this is another shadeweed, only bloomed. Yep, the plants are in different stages of blooming. What's the third item that I need? I have already forgotten. I need lotus. That's not a plant. I think I see a lotus. There is jumping, and there is running and walking, obviously. No, that's shadeweed. Let's see if I can find a lotus. Oh, what are you? You are nothing. This might be a lotus here. There we go. Lotus. So, now that I have all the items, and it lets you know how many you have, you can go ahead, or I can go ahead and craft. You can either increase the number of items you want to make, and it will turn red here to let you know that you don't have sufficient supplies for it. You can go minimum that you can make, or the maximum. I'm going to go minimum. Go ahead and craft it. So I now have 1 herbal juice to give to Gertie over here. So let's go ahead and turn this in. Oh, there was a lotus right here, wasn't there? Yep. Alright. So, I didn't even need to shop with her. I'd forgotten about that. Insert dialogue here. Now I need to get some water for Gertie. So...
What are you up to this time?
Go ahead and click on that. I need some animal fat. And some wood. There are different options in the dialogue that do not have the arrow next to them that let you know that there are quests to be had. Let's see here. I need to equip this. I can right click. It doesn't actually disappear. It just is no longer available in the inventory when you put it into your hand. One quick thing about that there, if you click on your face, it brings up your information about you, what you have in your hand, what gear you have. You start off with some issued clothing and not much else. So I need to get some water. And conveniently enough, there is water down here. It is seawater, but let's pretend it's not salty. Doo doo doo. Lovely ocean sounds. And I see a critter over there I'm going to go after them. Alright, I have this item in my hand, so I'm going to left click and get some water. And then I'm going to select, you can either right click on the hotbar or you can press the number associated with it and it will equip whatever the item is that you are wanting. Let's hack this guy to bits if I can stay facing him. You do have to face your enemy when doing melee. No, you can't run away. And then after you have killed it, you can loot the corpse. Alright, so I have the animal fat. Now let's go ahead and get some wood. I will get it from this guy here. Since this acts like an axe, you can walk up to a tree and right click if you are close enough, and you will begin to chop it down. The better the tool you're using, the faster it'll chop and the more resources you will get out of it. Let's go ahead and chop this guy, because I think this is one of the lowest durability trees. And there we go. Automatically added 4 wood and 1 plant fiber. So let's go talk to Gertie again. And she's on the other side. So let's just run over the thing.
Can I help you?
Alright. I finished what you told me to do. Mission completed.
What are
And
you up to this time?
here's some water.
I saw a boat land a bit north of here. Someone has to be there.
Alright, and also during dialogues and quest completion and quest accepting, you might get some items, but let's
What's
go
up?
ahead and see if there's anything else here. No? Alright. So, I have now learned how to make this, and this. Now I need to get just a little bit more wood because I need to start making some of these items. For instance, a shovel requires 10. A pickaxe needs, a wood pickaxe needs 10. Regular axe. The sword's a nice upgrade, so I'm going to go for 40 of them. For right now, I'm going to collect trees along the way, but I'm headed up there. So let's, why don't I go ahead and cut here, gather some wood, and if I encounter anything worth mentioning along the way, I will let you know. But for right now, chopping trees is boring, and I don't want to waste your time with it. I'll be right back. Alright, I have gotten the amount of wood that I need in order to craft those different things. Might as well go ahead and cover real quick something that I forgot to mention before about the map. First off, you get a mini map down here that gives you little arrows to let you know where certain things are, and little icons when you are in the area of something important. Also, the map key, M by default, will bring up this world map. Presently, this rectangle that goes from here to here is all you can do. That's the extent of the explorable map. I must presume that they are going to be expanding because there's a bigger continent here with other stuff that you can actually see from the edges. But for right now, excuse me, we are focusing on this. And there are waypoints. For instance, if I click on one of the named icons, I can fast travel to that for a cost of meat. Meat is the currency in this game. So let me go ahead and demonstrate that really quick. Figure I might as well, since I'm close to the ship anyway. And it will take you back to where you were, reloading any enemies that you have encountered there as part of that location. They will automatically be reloaded even if you fast travel from the fast travel spot. But as you can see, I am now down here. So I need to get up there, and when I do, I will be back and let you know what's going on. Alright, I am approaching the camp where I need to do this next quest part. There's another escape or lifeboat or whatever it's called there, and there's some people. And I am looking for one person in specific. I guess.
Boy, it's good to see
him.
you alive. What in the five hells happened? I heard a loud bang and down we went.
Dialogue.
Luckily for me, I was seated right next to a...
Alright. Purple means quest. But real quick, I would like to show you this. There is a chest here that you can open and take all the loot from. All the equipment, items, and resources. It's all yours. The first time I did this, it had 1,000 meat in it, I think. But that's alright. I will get meat anyway. So I'm going to talk to him again. And let him know that Gertie is to the south. He's the doctor.
Hold on, let me get my things and then we can go. Guard me against the animals on the way, though. I'm only a doctor.
I'm a doctor, Jim, not a hunter. There are plenty of escort quests in this game. Plenty. And the NPCs will generally be able to keep up with you. However, every once in a while they will get stuck. So it's kind of a babysitting routine. One other thing to mention about the escort quests is that, oh, and that's a friendly mob, by the way, is that if you have an escort quest and you try to fast travel, it will abort the escort quest that you have. And there are some things that by rights you shouldn't have to have as an escort quest later on, but oh well, that's just my opinion. I'm entitled to it. Ooh, I will take some of this if I can find the trigger point for it. There we go. More sunflowers. Oh, also in the mini-map you can see approaching the north end of it, two little yellow dots. That signifies that there are non-NPC mobs up there. But we're not concerned with that. I am going to grab this since it's in the way. And then come down to this little orange circle to trigger the event.
Gertie, you sure look like crap.
Thanks. It's good to see you.
Dialogue, dialogue, dialogue,
We're gonna
dialogue,
be on guard. Gertie.
dialogue,
Give me a hand.
Lead us back.
Dialogue,
Other than saving a beautiful
dialogue.
old man and a young lady in distress. How about 3 med packs?
Discussing the quest reward. You do run a little bit faster than him on this. But that's alright. This is one of the easiest escort quest games I've ever encountered. Most of the escort quests involving role-playing games require almost every single time some sort of large spawn of bad guys somewhere along the way, but this one, not so much. Like, for instance, that's just a regular randomly spawned neutral mob. Nothing to worry about. If you attack it, it'll attack you back, and right now it will probably smash me like a bug, because I have just this El Cheapo knife. Let's get up here, finish this quest, and then I will show you what these little icons are next to the mini-map. And then, I think it'll probably be time to wrap up the episode. But I just wanted to get this started, so here we are. And at the camp, in she goes, quest completed. Talk to him. Alright. Pick up another quest.
Yeah?
And
I'm not sure. I think Shen went west to a crater, while Sly went north. Alright. I've highlighted the 2 locations on your map. Don't die out there and hurry back.
okay, wait. Don't die and hurry back, or don't die and don't hurry back? Which is it? Anyway, real quick, let me go ahead and, well, I'll do it this way. This is your missions or quest, by default a Q key, and you can click on the different ones that you have, read their information, which is mostly minimal at this point. You can stop tracking it in your little window here, or you can manually abort the missions. The second one is your inventory. I believe I have some new loot that I can use. No, nothing there. Some new recipes. That's nice. Oh, that reminds me.
Yeah?
Where are my med packs?
Have at it as promised. What?
Thank you. And there are my med packs. Alright. So, that's your inventory there. Then there is the replicator, which is the Y key, and that's how you actually craft items. Let me go ahead and craft these things that I wanted to make. First off is the sword, and you can make multiples at once, and it takes the same amount of time for doing multiples as it does for one at a time. So the advantage is to just do as many as you want all at once. I'm not going to make the shield because I don't find any use for the shield at this time. I am going to go ahead and make these. And the wood axe. Go ahead and, whoops, wrong key. Bring the equipment down here. Switch over to that. Now I'll use the actual shovel, and there's the axe. And there's the sword. I have not lost the knife. It is still in my inventory. It's just whenever you have something in your hand, it disappears from your inventory. Alright, then there's the creation system. And this is where you will be designing things to make throughout the game. For right now, I can make hilts and give the hilts different materials to make swords out of. And that's about it for that. Let's see here. I can make shields with these. Can make gun parts, but that requires having special knowledge of making guns, which I apparently don't have yet, because I gave it a try and don't know how to do the guns. You can make different land vehicles, aircraft, or watercraft, and there are parts lists, but I don't actually have any of the materials to make any of these. Really quick, let me go ahead and show you this. You can paint the items with different color pigments, and it will cost pigment to make your item once you paint it. You can add some decals. The effects coming soon. I don't know what the plan is. And I'll go over what all the different interactions are on this when I actually get to making something later. But for instance, I have made the bare bones absolute minimum vehicle for one of the quests later on. And I can export it to my inventory if I have the materials. I have all the wood, but I need all 5 of these things, well, 8 things, because there are 4 wheels, in order to make it. And I don't even have anywhere close to the materials for that yet, so I can't make a car just now. But that is the creation system. Then there's the handheld PC, which allows you, oh, that's the help thing, which allows you to scan your environment for different materials. Some of the materials are very rare and won't show up. I'll just go ahead and move you out of the way, click scan. While I'm standing right here, it'll start scanning, and I'm going to zoom in on this. Unfortunately, when you zoom in on this, it zooms in and out on the actual camera view. It has finished scanning and found nothing in the vicinity, but there are some caves over there, so that might be worth looking at later. But that is the scanning system. The rail system, there are currently no rails worth mentioning, well, at all, so you can't actually do anything early on with that. But once you get a monorail system, you can interact with the rail system on the scanner there. And then I said close. Close? There we go. And then finally there's the colony tab. Right now there are no colonies, so there's no information. Eventually you can make a colony. That's part of the quests, but that's much later on, and I will have to deal with that in the future. But that is the beginning information about what you need to know for this game. There's a lot going on, a lot to do, and I hopefully will be able to cover all of it throughout the course of this series. I don't know if I even know all the stuff that's going on just yet, and they're still adding lots and lots of stuff, and probably will continue adding it even when it gets to beta, I would hope, and then final release. There's a lot going to be going on, but it is currently, right now, a complete game. It has an end, and there's just tons of things going on. But anyway, this is where I'm going to wrap up for episode 1 of Planet Explorers. I hope this was entertaining and or informational. Informative, I guess is a better word. I am going to probably be doing maybe one of these episodes a week, so keep checking back if you want to see my progress. And also, as part of the creation system, if I do make something, I will in the future be including an ISO download for it and instructions on where to put it. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please feel free to leave a message in the comment section below. I'll do my best to get back to you as quick as I can. If you like this video, please feel free to give a like. I do appreciate that. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe so you know when my future stuff comes out. But I need to wrap up, so thank you once again for watching. This is Thorn of Night, and I will talk to you later.